Hello! Again, I'm back, as you'll see from the previous video that's been uploaded. I did say I was staying in the same clothes and answering your questions, so here I am. So the second question I have in this series, so to speak, is: did you ever think about the damage the tablets were doing to your body? Hand on my heart, nah, never, never, ever, ever. I suppose if we can relate to other addictions, say if you were an alcoholic, you don't think, when you're in the height of your addiction or any length of your addiction, you wouldn't think that that sip of vodka or that can of beer is doing you any damage. You just think, I need this. If you used heroin, you don't necessarily think when you are using heroin the damage it is doing to your body. When I was taking the tablets, I never ever thought about the long-term damage it could have on my body, the short-term damage. I never thought about the side effects, what it was doing to my kidneys and my liver. I never did. I never thought about it, not until after I'd been to see Michael and we sat and spoke about it, did I actually think, okay, I can be causing myself some serious damage. When my addiction was at its worst, I used to get a lot of backache. I used to be in a lot of pain on my back, and I just put it down to being a woman or it being the time of the month, and I never put two and two together and thought, well, hang on a minute, I've taken 12 tablets this morning and my back's in a lot of pain. Could it be because of the tablets? My initial reaction was, I've got backache, I'll take 3 more tablets. And that's the really hard thing to accept when you have an addiction. You try to compensate for everything. So if I had a headache, I knew at that time I couldn't take paracetamol because paracetamol wouldn't do anything for me, so I had to take cocodamol. If I had backache, which I later found out was linked to the codeine and the paracetamol in my body causing me a lot of pain, I would take more cocodamol. And then in reality, the back pain was getting worse and worse and worse. I'd sit at work with a hot water bottle on the back of my chair to lean against, and I'd get home and I'd go to sleep, and by the time I woke up in the morning the backache wouldn't be as bad, but it'd still sort of be there, and then I'd take my painkillers to sort of shadow this feeling, and it'd dull it down because I'd go pretty numb. I'd be very spaced out, and then the later on in the day, the more painkillers I took, the worse the pain got. I can honestly say that it wasn't until I started my recovery that I thought of the damage that I've done to my body. I think about the damage I've done to my body more nowadays than I did before. I think about how it has affected me in different ways. When you take a lot of opioids, it bungs you up so you can't go to the toilet, makes you very constipated, and luckily for me, I do not know how, but I sort of avoided the whole stomach ulcer route that a lot of people get when they have opioid addictions. I honestly don't know how. My doctors don't know how I didn't have stomach ulcers, but I managed to sort of avoid that, which is amazing. But I used to have a lot of bellyache and a lot of cramps and a lot of bloating, and it was constant, it was horrendous, it was always there. And yet again, like the backache, whenever I had stomachache, I would literally just take my painkillers to cover it up and just mask the pain and sort of hide it all and get through it, when in reality it was just causing more and more and more and more pain and more discomfort. And now I am so much healthier, I am so much happier, I am so much better. I just feel 100 times better and that's purely because I've stopped taking the cocodamol. Now don't get me wrong, if I do have pain I have to take paracetamol because that's the only thing that I can take, but I take them in moderation. I take them as I'm meant to. The temptation is still there, but I won't break it ever because I can't bear to write another number 1 on my calendar. But not intentionally. I'd never ever take painkillers or opiates ever again in the way that I did it maliciously or intentionally. Obviously only if I went into hospital to have an operation or a procedure, that's when I would have to have them. I think my family thought more about the damage that the tablets were doing to my body while I was taking them more than I did. I know my mum thought about it quite a lot. My mum was always saying to me, you need to be careful, it can hurt you in the long run, you know, it can cause you a lot of problems. And maybe they will, maybe I will get a lot of problems in the future, but I'm hoping that if I keep going for my tests and I keep having my blood tests and I keep going for scans and keeping on top of everything, and if I have any signs that something's not quite right, if I keep going to the hospital and getting it checked out and everything's looked over, then I should be fine. I hope I'm fine. The thing is, I didn't just take cocodamol when I was growing up, when all these issues were starting when I was younger. I took a lot of very different pain medicine and like tramadol and morphine and things like that, and I have read case studies where it says that you can take something and it doesn't affect you until 10 years later. God knows how, I do not know how, but these are just things that people have said where they were addicted to a substance for years and then 10 years later they've had a side effect of it because the body has not been without it for so long. And I just, like I've said previously, I've got to just go through the motions of everything and accept whatever I have to face and deal with it face on and get on with it and just work through it and not struggle. And if I do have a bad day, I ring Michael or I speak to Robbie or I speak to my mum and my family and my friends and I just say to them, look, I'm struggling. And yeah. This is so weird to do short videos because I could just sit here and talk to you about all these questions that I've got for probably like 2 hours, but I know that's not what you want. So yeah, that is my answer to that question, so thank you so much. I'm not going to say who asked me all these questions or put the names in the people who asked me these questions because some of these people came forward to me quite vulnerable and explained to me they were going through a similar thing to myself. Not as many, but they are going through a similar thing to myself, and I don't want to break their trust or lose their respect and their trust through naming them, because I'm still helping quite a few people with what they're going through, and obviously some of these people are the ones that asked me these questions. So my love and respect and trust goes out to all of these lovely people and all of you lovely people that are going through this. And yeah, you'll see me pretty soon for the next question. Bye!